Good. Okay, so in this guide, first of all, you are doing the process of synchronizing your repo with the main repo, that is the challenge repo, which is Cheche's repo. So the first thing we need to do, we can see, first of all, I need to make sure that from my own repo, I'm in the main branch. That is the first thing that you need to confirm that is where you are. You should not be in any of the other branches. So you can see I only, for this account, my account, I've only done day 1 and day 2. So I would want to do a day 3, but I'll not create a branch before I synchronize. Let me just bring up my pen. Before I synchronize. So you need to synchronize your main branch. Your main branch is used to fetch updates. It is not used for you to work on it. You're supposed to work on it from the, just bring this, I don't know, it's disappearing. Okay. Good. Okay, so this is where you synchronize your fork, as you can see here. So I'll just click that part. So you can see I'm already being told that my branch is out of date. So I'll just update the branch, or I can want to compare if I want to look at what has changed, but I can just update my branch. After that, you'll see your branch is up to date, which should be coming up shortly. So you can see this branch is up to date with the challenge repo, which is this one. So once I do that, I can now come in and do, what was day 3? Day 3 was supposed to be called what? So to know how you're going to name your branch, is just go to day 3. You go to the README, which is deploying basic infrastructure. You can shorten it, so I can just come. And even if you are here, you can still create a branch from this section. So this section just here. This whole section here is where you can be able to see things, how they're happening. So I will continue, I'll come here, and then I'll call it day 3, and then I'll put a hyphen, and I can call it deploying basic infra, whatever I want to call it, right? Yeah, so just make sure that I have day 3 there, so that I just, so once I do that, I'll click on create branch. There's no worries even if it is synchronized with all the other days. There's no issues because it's my feature branch. So you can see currently I'm no longer in my main branch. If I click here, you can see it is showing a tick under day 3. So it's not showing after day 2 because I think I put a hyphen under day 2, but I can still rename my branch if I want to, but later on. So you can see I'm seeing my day 3 here. So once I'm in my day 3, where I'm currently at, the first thing I would want to do is to put it locally on my machine, right? So that is why I had opened my VS Code, my new window. So here it is. I'll just resynchronize it. But I think this VS Code is connected to my other GitHub, and I don't want to mess it up. But it's okay, I'll just show you something. So I'm on my new window. I'm on my new VS Code, just like you set it up. So as you can see here, I can just choose to clone a Git repository. But let me just do a day 4 synchronization on my other account. Just switch to my other GitHub. I'll repeat the process, but I think my main GitHub already has, yeah, so I'll go to my repos for this account. Let's see, am I getting it? I have so many repos here. So here it is. So what I'm going to do is now you already see I'm already in my main branch, but you can see it is still 36 commits behind. And if I see, you can see I already done day 1, day 2, day 3. So first of all, I need to synchronize my main branch with the main branch from the upstream, which is the challenge repo. So I'll just synchronize and then I'll update the branch for this one. But this one I'm doing for day 4. My other GitHub account is 1 day behind. So you can see I'm already having, I'll just go to day 4 just to see how it is, the topic is. And just to note is there's a new, I think you had seen the GitHub discussions, but I'll still highlight it here. So I'm saying mastering basic infrastructure with Terraform. So I'll just do that. I'll come here and type day 4, then put a hyphen, and then says mastering basic infra. And that one is how, you don't have to follow how I do it. You can just do it how it makes sense for you. So I'll create that branch from the main branch. So don't create a branch before synchronizing your main branch with the upstream, with the challenge repo. So that one is done. I can see it is here. So once I've done that, as you can see, I can be able to see chapter 2. I need to read this. These are the things for day 4, so I don't have to worry about that, first of all. The thing that I wanted to show you, when you go to back to the, you can see right now, you'll not see discussions on your own repo. So if I want to check whatever is going on in the discussions, I'll go to the main repo, that is cheese repo, and then I'll go to discussions. And when I go to discussions, you can see, I'll still see the issues that people had posted. I'll see whether we can look at them, but there's something that was shared here. New submission update. I hope you saw this. So new submission update. We have created a folder called submissions for all your day X update your username.md file that should be saved under this folder. So let's go and check where is this submissions folder. So you can go to see, this is the repo. Let me see if it's day 4. Yes, day 4. You can see day 4, it is not being posted here. You are getting a folder called submissions inside here. And I can see, I think no one's pull. I can see some pull requests here. I don't know that these people are in different days. I'm not seeing a day 4. Are you seeing a day 4? None. So I would have wanted to check a day 4 and see whether people have followed that. So not yet. So it's okay. So I will show you how you do it for a day 4 before I go back to taking you through a day 3. So how do you make sure that it is inside that folder? So as I've told you, I need to put my GitHub, I mean my VS Code is not that one. It's the other VS Code. Okay, let me just do a new window here. File, new window. Just minimize that. Okay, so for you to, I believe right now, I'm assuming you have already set up your extensions like AWS, whether it's the Terraform extension for syntax highlighting and debugging, and you've already connected your AWS profile like I've done right now. And even if you want to have Amazon Q and such. So, and you've connected your GitHub. So if I choose, the first thing I'll do is I will clone repository. And which repository I'm cloning is my own repository from the upstream. So I'll clone from GitHub. And then I will choose, and also if it's small, please let me know. If it's the font is small, let me know. So I'm here, I'm not choosing this repo, although I'm a contributor to this repo, I have rights on it, so I can do that, but you might not say that. So I'll do this one. And it will ask me to create, let me just create it somewhere else, like I can create it under learning, just create it, then say TF challenge. Just creating it somewhere else so that I don't mess up where mine is. So I can do that and then can select a repo there. So it is cloning. So once it is cloned, I'll open it here. So once it is cloned, as you can see here, you must open So you must open, let me just see, let me view terminal first. If you're using Windows, it's better to install Git Bash. Git Bash makes you have a like bash on your case. I don't know whether this one will, okay, maybe it's too large. So I think that one makes it bigger enough. So what I want to see, you can see I'm in my main branch, but I don't want to work from my main branch. So what I will do is I'll do git checkout and then branch. And you know the branch that I called it was day 4. And day 4 was mastering. Was it basic infra? I mean, I've forgotten. That one. Let me not create it. Let me first of all confirm. Just take this to the side first. So I will go to my repo. Which account am I on? Okay, we go to home. To show you this. Let me, I think I'll get the ones that I've done just right now. Okay, this is too much of a dashboard, so it's okay. So here it is. Here is my repo. So just confirm the branch so that I can switch to it, because if I check out to the wrong branch, it might create it and I don't want to get into huge issues. So it's day 4, mastering basic infra. So I can come back here. Day 4, mastering basic infra. So I was correct. So if I do that, was it I switched to a new branch? Is it a new branch? Really? Mastering basic infra. Yeah, so it must be the same one, right? If it's not the wrong one. Okay, so once I am here, I mean this branch, I can just come here. Let's I can even check out to the third. I think I need to check out to the third one, deploying basic infra. I'm not do day 4, I'm doing day 3. Day 3, which is deploying basic infra with Terraform. You don't have to write it as long as mine. Make your life easier. You have enough to worry. So I think I'm now on this branch. So once I am there, let me just bring my VS Code and just maximize it. So you can see once I am here, the first thing I need to check is what is there in day 3, right? I need to check maybe the README first. I can open the preview and just make this smaller first and see what I'm going to cover here. I can just make this. So I need to read chapter 2, which was we just looked at, we just skimmed through. For videos, you need to now watch the 3 videos, 11, 12, and 13. Honestly speaking, I think I've forgotten to look at, to keep track of which. I think I'm already around videos 20 there. It's quite interesting to follow that. So you can see day 3 update. So personally, what I prefer doing is I also update my submission, right? So going forward, because I know it's starting from day 4 where you're having a submissions folder, not day 3. For day 3, you'll still follow. So what I do is I'll copy. You can see I'm seeing other people's updates. So if I'm already done and I saw my update, I can just copy mine. That is here, go to day 3, and I'll paste it there, but I'll obviously rename it to day 3. Then I'll obviously make the different updates. I'll check. For example, let's say, honestly speaking, currently my local time is 7:32 p.m. So I'll put that. I'm assuming that I've just finished. So today is, let's say today I'm finishing day 3, just as an example, or maybe it was yesterday. Yesterday is when I was finishing. That is 19th. So the task that was being done yesterday, which was day 3, was deploying basic infrastructure with Terraform. So I think that is basically it. So once I save that, no worries, because just to mention this, your work is not to just submit your daily update and just make sure that you are like maybe one of the first people to get a pull request or something. That is not the essence of the challenge. The essence of the challenge is for you to read the book, apply the learnings of the book, also watch the videos from the course, from the Udemy course, and get the hands-on skills for Terraform, which will prepare you well for your certification. So this one should not be a worry. You should not be in a hurry to pull these or push it to your repo and all those kind of things that you're going to do later on. So that means that after I do that, at least I've updated so that I'll not forget. I'll now go to the tasks. So what is the task for day 3? So first of all, let me just confirm anything I've missed. I think I should have anything I've missed. Okay, this one. Okay, I think I can close this. I can close that. I can preview this. Okay, you can create a video of the deployment of this one is day 3. Yes. If you want, you can do a video, which is optional, a social media post, a blog post, and this is how you submit your work. It's okay. So also you need to look at the architecture diagram. I think I'll share that. I'll show you how you do that. Okay, so we go to the deploying of the basic web server, right? And to do that, so as you mentioned, see someone who asked in the WhatsApp group, you're not going to be sharing your .tf files to the repo. You're going to be embedding your TF codes to the document that you're sharing, the markdown files or your documentation. Show you how you can do that. So I think I need to just deploy, and to deploy the web server, I can do anything because this is my repo. I know what I want to do. I know what I can do with it. So to make my life easier, I'll obviously have, I can put things side by side. I can use the book, or what is easier? Yeah, let me use, depending on what you want to use. You can use the book, or you can use the guide. That is the guide that you're getting from the course. So let me make my life easier and show you. Let me see if I can use this one. Let me see. Then has an art gateway. What? When I did the benefits. Okay, what I'm scrolling. Let me just show you what I'm scrolling. I'm just scrolling this. I'm scrolling this. This is what I'm just scrolling. So just scrolling this one, you can see this one was the benefits of infrastructure as code, where Brian and Gabe were showing us how you do it manually. After you do it manually, they also show you how you can deploy the infrastructure, using Terraform. So I'll go directly. I'll show you, because currently for my case, I'm really doing most of the learning currently using, in terms of deploying of the infrastructure, using the video course. So I'll show you something that I'm doing. Let me just show you. So once you get, let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull up where things are. Yeah, just show you something here. So when I go to my tabs, okay, is this? Okay, not this one. Sorry, that one was my other AWS account. Should be this one. Yes, let's see. Yes, you can see on the course learning, I think I'm currently in video 21. We just go back up and show you something. So if you go to any block or any topic, for example, if I go to Terraform basics, the beauty is I'm having this thing called lab prerequisites. So if you click on that, lab prerequisites, it takes me to Brian's repo that has the main and the variables.tf. So what I do is I come here, I go to main.tf, help me just cut that was in the that through all of I can just get up and started before I get to the Terraform basics like course or something. So I can see if I just zoom this in a bit, what I'm seeing is there's a provider. I'm going to do availability zones, VPC, and such and such and such up until I think this only creates a VPC. So that one might not help me much. So let me see if I can get one prerequisite. All these are lab prerequisites, as you can see. If I go down to, let's say, up to, let's say, local variables. Let me open the, okay, no, that one looks too much. A local block. So let me open this so I can see I'm going to have a locals, which is going to have a tags. And then at least I'm seeing now there's going to be a server, an Ubuntu server, and it's going to, okay, this is the data block. It's going to pick all this, and then from this, it's going to get the AMI. I'm also seeing these, all the things around the VPC, private subnets, public subnets, route tables. So I think I can work with this so that we see how it works. So yeah, so let me copy this. So I'll copy this main.tf. We just pull it to the side, to my other screen. And then I'll come here to my day 3. I'll just create a new file, main.tf, but don't copy if you don't understand. Just go through the videos and understand what is there so that you're not just copying like a zombie of sorts, so that you understand. So the reason why I'm copying is because at least I understand. So you can see I'm getting errors because I've not created a variables.tf. So let me just save that. And then I'll create a new file, variables.tf. But then again, you can still leverage the book, no worries. Doesn't mean that there's any right or wrong way. So just that I want for these purposes to make my life easier. So once I'm here, I'm opening the variables.tf. So this one, I'm very sure it's going to create the resources, and we'll see what resources it's going to create. So I can see there's the region, what. Then again, just to mention for security purposes, make sure you don't put your secret key and access key under these variables.tf files, unless you really want to have a long day when you mistakenly commit that to your repo, to your public repo and to the challenge repo. you're going to get serious issues. So I've saved that. So the best thing is just to use environment variables within your VS Code, or set up your VS Code to just get that credentials. And how you do that? Once you have your AWS, you can see I can come here. Okay, not there. I think I can come here. I can say connect to AWS. And then I can just choose, you can see I have different profiles that I'm having, or you can just click and edit credentials. I'll not click that because I care about my security and I've shared my whole screen. So yeah, that's how you can do it. So I'll save that. And I think the errors will disappear. Any errors that are left, this here at the top. Oh yeah, var.environment and var.public sub az have not been created on variables.tf. So maybe as you do the, like for example, I can still do it, no worries, because you can see on my other VS Code. Let me just show you there. My other VS Code is this one. Am I in the right one? Let's confirm, did I mess myself up? Yeah, this is the one that I've been working on. Yes. So let me just show you the other VS Code. So this is the other VS Code. Let me just zoom it up a bit. So you can see I was doing some things. I finished my lab and then I destroyed the resources. But let me just show you what is needed. With my variables.tf. So you can see I'm requiring environment, sub az, and all this. So let me just copy these variables.tf. So it just requires this environment, which is just environment for deployment. It has a string and the default is dev. If you follow the videos, you'll be able to see that. So let me just copy these variables.tf, take it away from this VS Code. I'll go to these variables.tf and save that. So I'll sort my issues. I'll sort my life out, hopefully. Public sub. Oh yeah, so this one should not be public. This is a mistake. So it always, and if you copy code and you don't understand, so where do you issue? So it should be var.variables, not var.public. So that one is going to be sorted. And the reason why it is var.variables, if you go here, you'll see it's not var.public. So you can see sub az, var.variables sub az, not public sub az. So you can see that is why I'm calling it this way. And that is why I've renamed that. So once I save that, if your Terraform is working, I think now this one is a new thing. So I need to do Terraform in it. Okay, before I do Terraform in it, I need to do Terraform validate. So you can see it confirms that it's valid. If there's any issues, I can do a Terraform format just to make it look good. FMT, it's good. Then I can now do Terraform init. Okay, so I think the reason I can see it's an issue is because I'm not in the day 3 folder. When I see Terraform initialize an empty directory, the directory has no configuration. You can see that is, you need to know that you might be in the wrong directory. So I need to do what? I need to cd to day 3, right? Then I can ALS. I think I can see that they can see main.tf and variables.tf. Let me just clear. So once I'm here, I can now do my Terraform validate again, just to be precise. So you can see yeah, so you can see there's a missing required provider. So I need to do Terraform init. So that's what I'm getting there. Terraform init. Simply because this is a new repo, or these are just a new environment that I've repeated just for us. So it's just setting up and getting everything that is required, the HashiCorp AWS provider. Yep, so any questions so far? Anyone with a query on what I'm taking you through? Anyone with a query? Be happy to answer. So you can see I'm just working on my day 3, right? Just making sure that I'm going to deploy a web server. You can use the book as you've done, or you can still leverage the course. You can see now it is successfully initialized. Now I can just because I want to get, then I can do Terraform plan. Just to see the resources that are going to be created. So I had an interesting day today. I created resources and I couldn't know which account because I have a couple of AWS accounts. So I had to log into several of them just to know which one my resources are being created on. But it's okay. So I can see that there are going to be 20 resources that are going to be created, including all these. So just do it because it takes a bit of time. So Terraform apply. By now, I think you should know you can do auto approve. So I can do auto approve. Just make sure that I don't have to type yes. Okay, so it's going to check again. And then I think it has already started creating it, getting the VPCs and everything. So basically what I've done, if I can just take you back a bit as this one does its thing, let me just show you something. What I've done is I've already gone to the lab prerequisites for, you can see it was the lab prerequisites for the topic on local block. So you can, when I go to the course and I go to local block, this video, this 9-minute video, I'll be ready to go through whatever is required for this part, right? For this particular video, I'll be able to keep go on from here. So that is basically available through Brian's massive repo. Yeah, so that's how you'd use the course. That is the video course in terms of learning. But if you are following along from top to bottom, you don't need the prerequisites. I think Brian and Gabe mentioned that. So if you, but always remember, if you're going to sleep, please destroy your resources. You can come back and create them as you move on. Don't sleep with a NAT gateway on. You're going to wake up to one of the hugest bills you've ever seen. So yeah, just to mention that. Always destroy resources after every learning session. You can still recreate them. Yeah. So that is the course. Let me just take it away. I think the NAT gateway is the only thing that usually takes time to create. Yeah, so it's going to finish that. And I can still confirm whether these resources are actually truly being created. So let me just show you that. I think should be on this. Let me just show you that. So this is the account that is being used. This is my account that is being used for this. So I can go to, okay, this one was earlier on when I was doing, so I'm very sure it's not yet there. So if I can go running, I'm not going to find, like, so you can see it's now creating. You can see it is still initializing. It's just created it right now. If I confirm which VPC it's on, I can see the VPC ID. And if I can see it's demo VPC, which is just being created. And if I go to that VPC, just to prove that it is not me who has created it earlier on, I can see maybe a tag on Terraform. And I can see also tags on the instances. Let me just show you. You remember we did some locals, right? Do you see these EC2, what app is COP API management dev? And just to see those ones, let me just show you where they are. If you go to here, you can see API management dev, it is using COP API, and then it is getting these embedded variables there. So that is why it is coming up from there. Yep, so it is initializing. Let's go to the VPC console. This is the demo VPC. And if I go to tags, I can see Terraform true, just to show that it is Terraform that created this resource. Yeah, so after I'm done, let me just confirm that the instance, the server is already going to finish initializing. And I think, yes, you can see it's now running and all checks have passed and it is good and it is on US East 1B. So and can see, did I show you? What did I do? Did I run this away? Okay, this one is the one that we are doing, right? As you can see, 20 resources added, 0 change, 0 destroyed. And we do Terraform state. Is it state list? Yes, state list. Terraform state list. I can be able to get a summary of all the resources that were created. I can see all of them, they are here. Is the data under the data block. I'm seeing a web server, an internet gateway, a NAT gateway. And if I go back to my VPC, we just confirm that expensive NAT gateway is here. Yes, it is here. It is already working. It is there. So I think at this juncture, I'll also now show you how you do the architecture. So you go to draw.io, obviously. So you just open this. Let me take you back to this and I'll just do a new tab. And I'll draw.io. You can create the diagram, the architecture, and then just download and get the picture of it. And I think that is what you'd share, or maybe a link to it, depends on how you want to look at it. So I can just create a new, okay, do I need to change? Okay, I connected my GitHub, but I can just create a new diagram from it. You can see, if I want, I can commit a diagram to my GitHub if I want to make my life easier. So I can just use a blank diagram and I can say 3-tier, or I can just do a VPC. Okay, what do I do? And say AWS architecture. Let me just call it AWS architecture. Terraform challenge. Just to remember what it's all about. So it's a diagram. I'm going to create a diagram. You can choose which repo. So let me just use my, I had already done this before. So let me just do, which one? I think I can put it somewhere. Let me just put it somewhere. Just somewhere for learning purposes. So you can say, okay, I don't need to authorize it. You can say, okay, IT just needs authorization. So let me just cancel. I can cancel this. I can sign out and say, okay. And then I can open draw.io. Select account to sign out. I think I can sign out. Okay, I don't want to sign out from all accounts, but let me just do a new incognito window. Or I can just, oh yes, let me just do an incognito window. And just get the draw.io coming up. Just open it up. So you already know that you are referencing the books mostly for the architecture. So for example, you can start out by testing. Let me just see which architecture are you looking at? So you can see you can save diagrams anywhere, but I can choose device and I can just say create a new diagram. Then I'll call it AWS architecture. Terraform challenge, just as an example. Then I can just yeah, can save that, and I can create. So here I can see I'm already in. Sometimes it's better to draw. Okay, it's just that for my eyes, you can draw using the light mode. You can draw using the light mode. So, but let me just use the dark mode for now. Just to don't want to start looking at things, but you can still. Oh yeah, you can switch here. Just switch to light. That is how you do it, and so that it is easier for you to see. And if you're looking at the book, think which first architecture do we find? Let's see. Someone can remind me the page that I can move faster to it. Let me take you to the first one here, the simple one that was up here. This one that I think was, where was it? I think it was down here. Was it in the book or was it in the guide? I just remember. I think, was it in the book? Okay, I think it was in somewhere. I think, let me just show you. I think it should have been here. It's up here. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, this one, like this one here. Oh, where was it? Yeah, this one. You can see this is an architecture. An architecture, and it's showing some of the resources that are being created. Simple one showing on this region, and you're going to leverage this VPC and such. So the rule of thumb when you're creating any resource is you start from the inside out. So what does that mean? Is you don't start creating the region, then you now create the VPC going down. It's better you draw from inside going outside to make your life easier. So if I'm doing that, let me just drag it to this other screen so I can show you that as a simple example. Let's say, okay, then again, also draw.io, you can also install AWS architecture icons. I don't know that this one has it, but you can just Google it. You can just go and Google AWS architecture icons. So here they are. So there must be one for draw.io. So here it is. Don't know that it's going to go directly to it. So you can see it is already now showing me the AWS icons and everything. So I think I can search maybe, I can search. So you can see currently I'm looking at the something that is inside is the public subnet. So public subnet, maybe I can search that. Yeah, these are icons, general resources. Yes, you can see I'm seeing there's a public subnet, you can see that here. So I can just can duplicate this. I need 3 of them. Can just use Control D. Now I can click them. You can see I'm having that. Having that, let me just zoom in a bit. 25, 150, yes, 150 looks good. So as I've told you, it's a good rule of thumb to build to draw architecture from in out. So I've done my 3 public subnets. So I just need a private subnet. Maybe I needed somewhere here. 2 more. Just using Control D to make my life easier. So I'm having that. And then what else do I need? I need a NAT gateway. So I need a NAT gateway in the second availability zone. So, but I'll do the availability zones later. So let me just do the NAT gateway first. NAT gateway. So usually the newest one is this one. So you can see it has even gone to where I want it to be in the second availability zone. You can stick there. If I want, I can put the elastic IP, but I don't want to do that. Then I can search availability zone. Don't know if I do AZ will make my life easier. Just type availability zone. Yeah, so I think I can use this one. Good. So I can just do this. Then I can, where does it get to? I think it gets to this part. And I can just do 3 more. Can add the naming or something or whatever I want to do. Can just do that if I want to. So can add the name here. I can just write availability zone 1. And if I want, I can write US East 1A or US East 1-2, but I'm just following whatever I'm seeing here just to, as practice, because this is just for practice purposes. So there, and I think I need a public route table and private route table. So just do, first of all, take them all, just move them a bit there. Route table. I think this one makes sense. Can put them there. Okay. So I think oh, sorry, I don't want to do that. Okay, so we just call it, for purposes of making this go faster, public RT, but you can write it in full. And then I'll copy that and call this private. And then I think this one is just to show that. Then I can write also NAT gateway, just to make my life easier. I can write this on NAT gateway. NAT gateway. Yeah, what else is left? I think now I can do the VPC. The VPC covers all of them. VPC. I think this one looks good. This one good. Get a green one. Okay, just get this one. Oh, sorry. See, I'm now getting the VPC. Then I can get the region. Looks like this one is good. You can see things can get messy if you mess it up. That one can come here. So, and with that, you have your architecture, and then maybe, what did I call it? I can call it AWS VPC Architecture just as an example. I'm just using it as an example. Then I can put in my name. I can put my GitHub username. I can download it. I can export as a PNG if I want to. 100%, include a copy of my diagram, all pages. I can export that. If I want a transparent background, I think you can just export that. I think it has saved it, right? And here it is. I can save that image. I can put it anywhere. I can, yeah, can do it. I can do anything. Can just put it even inside my repo. I think I'd put it. Did I create it under stuff? Yes, PQRS. I think it was learning. Yes, I think it was T. Yes, TF challenge. 30-day Terraform challenge. I can go to, I think, which day are you supposed to create an architecture? Is it day 3? I don't remember. But yeah, can put that AWS VPC architecture. Can put a one, okay, I can put my GitHub username just so that it can say that is me who created that one. So that's technically how you do it. How you do it in terms of doing architecture and using that as you're moving on. And you can see if you compare that with what was there, you can see I was not too far. Let me just show you. Let's do this so that you can see if you can do it side by side. Just zoom it a bit. Okay, this one was another one, I think, but this one almost looks similar, but that one had an art gateway. I chose this one. Yeah, so yeah, this one. You can see I forgot to put an internet gateway, which I could still put. I could still now say, hey, they have missed it. Let me put it on my region. Then I can put the internet and everything. So you can see, you can still compare, and that is how you draw. The rule of thumb is just start from the inside out, and your life is going to be much easier. You can see I also didn't put these curly braces here. But then again, it's not really about perfection. It's about you getting to understand how to do architectures. Yep, so I can see some chats. Yeah, thank you, Franklin. So in case there's any question, feel free, and you don't, I might be making it, I might be making it look too easy, and maybe it's quite a challenge for you, but just know I've drawn so many diagrams, so don't feel as if you are under pressure. Take it easy, try to do it step by step. If you face a challenge, please reach out. We all get to learn one way or another. So that is the architecture. So let's just go back to our VS Code and see what is left. So I think, okay, this one was there. This is my personal job, my personal learning. Let me get the other VS Code that we have been using. I think this is the one. Yes, as I've said, it's very important to destroy your resources. Okay, this one, which one is this? And this one is my personal learning. Why am I not bringing up the one that I'm supposed to be using? Yeah, this one. Yeah, so you can see, as always remember to destroy resources after you're done, because you don't want to get charged, right? Yeah, so destroy after every learning session. You can still recreate them. There's no worry. You can still recreate them, and it will all work out. So that's basically day 3. I'll not take you through day 4 because day 4 you're supposed to be learning it. I've actually not even done my day 4. So it didn't make sense. I think you should have done an auto approve, but it's okay. I can type yes. Yeah, so it's deleting all the resources. Anything else we've left for day as it does that? Let me see if day 3, if I go to the tasks, just do a preview here. So after you've done that, after you've watched the videos, these 3 videos, you can see we've gone through designing an architecture, we've deployed the basic web server, you've installed AWS CLI. If there's any challenge with these, there are very good documentations out there on how to install each of them. Don't think that should be an issue. Embed your Terraform code inside day 3. Oh, that is what I need to show you. So this is how you embed your Terraform code. So let's say I'm using this main.tf, right? And this is my day 3. Okay, I'm using both my names, it's okay. But because I have 2 GitHub accounts, still makes sense. So how do you embed? So let me just open this. Day 3 update. So am I on the preview or am I on the right thing? Okay, I'm on the right thing. I'm not on the preview. So I can still bring this to this side. So I can just preview what I'm typing here. So I can just come in here and write main.tf, and then I can do the backticks, and then I can do still bash. Don't know if it's bash will make sense. Then I can do the 3 backticks. Backticks is the key above your tab button. And then I'll come and copy my main.tf there. And then I'll paste it there. And then I will copy my variables.tf. I think those are the ones that made it work. And then I'll come here and then again I'll say variables. Don't have to follow. You can put a statement. I'm just doing this for purposes of making my life easier. You can decide to explain to us what variables did you create, whatever it is. So this is just simple markdown. I've done that. I'll save that. And then I can just preview whatever is there. You can see I'm good to go. Having my variables, I'm embedded my main.tf there. And I think I'm good. I can even embed my picture. Don't know whether you remember how you do that. If I want, I can just do, how was it? Can remind me for the markdown. It was what? Just check it here. Yeah, so here it is. So this is the format for you to add your architecture. So you put your alt text. Maybe, for example, you can put your alt text is AWS VPC Architecture. And mine is still simply called, I think, or I can just rename this, select all, copy. Just that I made mine too hard for life. Just do this, paste it there. Should I put it IMG? Should I just call it architecture? Just rename it. We call it VPC.png. And is it still under day 3? Yes, so I can go to, let me see if I can call it VPC.png. Will make my life work. VPC, yes, so you can see it has worked. So just call it VPC.png. And then I can call it my first AWS architecture diagram, featuring architecture diagram, featuring 3 public subnets. 3 private subnets. Three AZs and a public and private route table. That's just an example with a NAT gateway in the second AZ. It's just as an example of what I've just to show that I understand what I've just drawn or something. So it's done, and that is how it looks. You can see it looks good. Yeah, so I think that makes sense. So once I'm done, I'll not really walk. I don't really like just doing the commands or something. I just come to my source control here, just confirm what is there. So you can see I'm seeing a Terraform lock. I don't want to add that. So I'll just right click that one, add it to git ignore. I will add my main.tf to git ignore. I will add my variables.tf to git ignore. I don't think I need to add the Terraform provider. What else is here? Terraform state. My Terraform state should not be there. My state file, backup to my state file should not be there. So it's only the markdown, the VPC, this license.txt is where, no, even this one doesn't need to be there. So I think I'm good. So I can now say complete the 3 tasks. So I can commit that. Let me just confirm which branch I'm in. Okay, let me see if am I committing to this? Let me see if I'm committing to my main branch. Oh, it is on day 3. Good. Commit. Okay, I need to stage those changes. Okay, I can say yes. Oh, am I publishing this whole branch? Okay, let me go. Let me first of all, before I publish that branch, let me go to my Arc browser just to make my life easier. Don't want to mess things up. So this is where I am. I think I need to take this. It was day 3. Playing basic infra. Will it create a new branch called that? That is what I'm thinking. Okay, just let me see if I can publish the branch, whether it will work or whether it's going to be an error. So the beauty is everything is happening first of all in my own account before I do a pull request. Maybe it has worked. See if I can refresh this. You can see there is one commit. Let me see if my day 3 has published. Yes, I think it has done, it has worked. So you can see my day 3 update is here. But remember, from day 4, you're putting it inside the folder called submissions. So don't forget that. You're no longer do it the way you're doing it in day 3. Day 4 has this folder called submissions, and that is where you put every daily update. So you can see your daily task file should be here. And I think there's a sample file here. Yes, so you can see, can decide if you want to put it as Terraform. Okay, mine I did as bash, but it's okay. Whichever way you want to look at it. Yeah, so the name, the task, I think it's totally the same. I not even looked at this, but you can see we're in sync with Chi on this. So make sure you put it under that folder for day 4 going forward. So you can see mine is working. I think everything is here. My code, my variables, and even my architecture diagram, just to prove that I did my architecture. So once I see this is good enough, I can come in here, can go to pull requests. Remember, I'm comparing with, okay, should I go? First of all, which branch am I on? So I'll confirm. Yeah, so you can see mine is one commit. I can just go to contribute and do open pull requests. And then I think I can add, okay, just that I did complete day 3 task, that is why I called it, but I can add created daily update, because I want Chi to also see that it is me by just looking at the pull request title, daily update Kevin Tui. That is my, I think my GitHub username for my other GitHub username .md. Oh, I think day 3, it is not daily, day 3, day 3, day 3 update. Pull request, then don't leave the excess pull request for day 3. I think this one was deploying basic infra on with Terraform. Description is, you can just say I was able to successfully deploy and also drew the architecture diagram. Code is embedded in my daily update file, just to help someone get to understand when they are doing the review. So I think there's still a repetition a bit. Can copy this part. Can copy this part. What else is left? I think I can say the branch is day 3, deploying this basic infra. So always mention the branch, day 3, deploying, because someone can go to your repo and look at that that branch, basic infra with Terraform. Okay, I made that branch name too long. Yeah, so if you wrote a blog post, if I do, I can do that. I can save, like if I did a social media post, if you do it later on, you can still come and update. So for now, I can say I completed day 3 task.md and put an X. I can just remove the space and put an X there. And I have updated the daily update with my details. I've done that. I've written and published, not yet. I've done a social media post, not yet. I have made the required hashtags, not yet, because it depends on that one. I have followed DS, and then my code follows. But doesn't mean that you go on and come and share with us without doing a blog post. I'm just doing this because I don't want us to sit down and watch me doing a blog post or a social media post. But I'm going to still update these and open a new pull request once I do that. Or maybe whatever I want to do with regards to reopening that pull request or something. So, or if I do a blog post, I can still share something. So I think that is that. I can create the pull request for day 3. And then once I've done that, I think you can see still in progress. Obviously, I'll expect you to look at it. So, but you can see since I also have access to the repo, I can come in and I can merge these pull requests, but you may not be able to see this, but you can see this is what we always want to see. This branch has no conflicts with the base branch. And then after I'm able to, as you can see, someone can see whatever I've checked and what I've been able to do. And then my pull request will be merged. But for purposes of, you should, in a collaborative environment, you should not really, if you're working in collaboration, you should not merge your own pull request. You should just let someone else look at it. That is what I will do. I let Chi look at it and see whether I've done what is required. And yeah, so that is basically it in terms of what I was supposed to take you through for day 3, that is. But same case, don't forget day 4, how we submit our daily files has changed. We are putting it inside that folder called submissions. And the template has already been updated on how you update with the code. Yeah, so that is it, unless there's any question. Hope that was, I felt like I'm doing this alone. It felt like a lecture, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've learned a lot from it. Any feedback? Okay, stop my sharing now. I'm done. Any feedback from anyone before we close it out? But I hope you learned something from it. Let me just do my video. Okay, just change my virtual background, just blur my background. And this on. Okay, my lighting is quite crazy, but yeah. Yes,
Hello,
so
Kevin. Can you get
yes,
me?
yes, Franklin.
Franklin.
Yes, Franklin.
Yes. Oh, just a quick one. It was so interesting. I was just quiet looking at it, and I actually admired the way you were doing it. It seems simple, but we need to work on it. Like I've actually not gone through the resources. I think I just got the videos today. That was the
Yeah.
course.
Mhm.
Yes, but looking at it, it was pretty nice. I actually enjoyed it. So, from what I saw there with the configuration that you did, your VS your VS code
Yeah.
with your Terraform, everything being configured, or with your AWS account.
Yes.
So, if you have a difficulty at the level of the AWS account, I'm
Mhm.
seeing that it's actually difficult for you to realize this tax 3.
Mhm.
Yes, and
Oh yeah.
I had a problem with my account. I don't know.
So there's a
I don't
hack
know.
that I can, let me just show you something. Thank you so much for asking that. Okay, what, I don't know which screen I'm sharing. Okay, let me stop sharing. Let me share with you. Let me share a screen. Let me just show you how you can make your life very easy when it comes to configuring. So, so let me just show you my VS Code. The first thing you need to do after you get your VS Code, which is a new window, make sure you get this extension. Just go here, just search AWS. Have it and have that extension, this AWS toolkit. Once you have it and it will appear like an icon like this, come here and just connect. You can see I'm connected with my profile. I've logged
Yeah.
in. I just simply logged in and authorized it. And then it worked. If it's just that I cannot show you my secret key and access key or something, but it just makes your work much easier. The moment you see this tick down here, you can see connected to AWS with profile K2A. And I can still simply change my profiles from here. If I want, I can change to another one and another one. If I want to manually change my credentials, I can do it from here. So that extension helps a lot to sort your life out. And if you want to maybe check your access key, go to your AWS Management Console, go to IAM, create a new access key with administrator access. But then again, remember, administrator access is quite a lot of privileges. So you don't want people to get access to your access key and secret key. So don't hard code it on any code. Don't hard code it on any Terraform code. because if you mistakenly push that to your repo, you're going to have the longest AWS days you've ever seen. Yeah. So I hope that helps. I don't know whether that helps or it answers or I've answered the wrong
So
questions.
actually, as you were going through, I downloaded it already. I
Oh,
saw, I
yeah.
saw, I saw you were doing.
Yeah. So when you do that, Terraform will just align with the ones that are there. It will just align with these credentials.
Thank you.
And then again, I think you should have, I think most people are asking about the environment variables. Let me see if I can, mine I just installed and I left it. I think after I did my environment variables, just show you. When you click on start and do environment variables. I think you go to path. I open path, you can see, you can see C Terraform. I have my Terraform in C. So I think that is basically what to add under the path, and your life will be easier because, and also once you do that and you open CMD, you just need to, you know it has worked when you come here and just type Terraform version, and you get a good feedback like that. You can see, once you get these, you know that now life is going to be good on your machine. Yeah. So yeah, I think that is part of the cell connection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, good. Thank you so much for the good feedback, Duncan, Efantas, and Victor. Good to see you. Hope that also makes your work easier, Kilonzo. So Victor is asking about discounted course. I don't know, did the voucher, did the what? What was that?
It's still available. It's still open.
It is still
I think
available, the coupon code,
yeah.
right? If
Yes.
the coupon code is available, okay, if the coupon code is available, please leverage it. I don't know whether we updated our repo to have that. If we didn't, you can give you the link. I think there's a link that embeds the coupon code 30-day challenge with the dashes in between. When you access, or when you just Google or access the course, I think we updated that you can access both the practice exam and the course, then you can just put in that coupon. And I think for both of them, you get it both at just below $20, 9.99 if I'm not wrong for each. And then you can get access to it. I'll see some people are saying if they get an option to share, but personally, I can't share my account because I want to remember where I was last. So I don't want to be messed up in terms of somebody has watched where or something of that sort, and those kind of things. But if you want to share, it's totally fine. And also, if you also want to donate to someone or gift someone the course, totally fine. Whichever way works. Just let's also, you usually say the way there's a will, there's a way. So do your best, just get access to these resources. It will make your life much, much easier. I would advise, don't just rely on the book, complement it with the course that brand has offered. It will make your life amazing. You're going to enjoy Terraform. Yeah. Okay. I think we can leave it at that unless there's anything. Thank you, Shaik, and thank you, Victor. Okay, bye. I think let me stop recording. I'll share the recording.